The Snowman's Shadow, the Winter's Keeper. Weeks passed after Mia and her mother vanished, and the townsfolk of Clearwater avoided their house entirely. Snow piled against its walls, untouched and silent, and whispers of curses swept through the town. Then one fateful evening, a group of teenagers decided to investigate. "Come on," Rachel urged, her flashlight cutting through the swirling snow. "It's just a stupid old story. What's the worst that could happen?" Her brother Sam hesitated. "The worst? How about we don't find anything, but we freeze to death out here?" The group trudged through the knee-deep snow, their breath fogging in the frigid air. The house loomed ahead, its windows dark and frosted over. On the front lawn stood two snow figures, perfectly preserved despite the storm. "Creepy," muttered one of the others, Jake, as they passed the snow figures. Rachel ignored him, pushing open the creaky front door. Inside, the air was colder than the storm outside. The house smelled faintly of ash and pine, as if the fireplace had been lit not long ago. "Okay," Rachel said, turning to the others. "We'll split up. Look for clues. Maybe there's some kind of record about what happened here." "Bad idea," Sam said, his voice barely above a whisper. "We stick together." But Rachel had already disappeared into the hallway. Jake followed reluctantly, leaving Sam and another girl, Lily, in the living room. The two snow figures outside cast eerie shadows through the frosted windows. "Something's wrong with this place," Lily said, her voice trembling. Sam nodded, his eyes fixed on the snow figures. "They're facing the house now. Weren't they turned away when we came in?" Before Lily could respond, a low creaking echoed from the hallway. They both turned to see Rachel backing into the room, her flashlight trembling in her hands. There's another snowman inside," she stammered. "What?" Sam asked, stepping toward her. "I didn't build it," Rachel whispered. "It was just there. It's moving." The temperature plummeted. The frosted windows cracked, and a sound like distant laughter filled the air. The group huddled together as the front door slammed shut, sealing them in. From the hallway came the soft, rhythmic sound of snow crunching underfoot. "Run," Sam whispered. But as they turned toward the back door, they found it blocked by another snow figure, its coal eyes gleaming with malice. Its crooked grin widened unnaturally, and frost began spreading across the walls. Lily screamed as the snowman lunged forward, its icy limbs stretching. The group scattered, slipping on the frost-covered floor as the house seemed to come alive with freezing tendrils. Jake grabbed a poker from the fireplace and swung it at the snowman. It shattered, but the pieces slithered together, reforming with horrifying speed. "It's the storm!" Rachel shouted. "It's not just snow, it's alive!" As the group fled deeper into the house, the snow figures multiplied. They emerged from the walls, the ceilings, and the shadows, each more grotesque than the last. Their jagged grins whispered promises of eternal cold. One by one, the snow claimed them, until the house grew silent once more. By morning, the house stood undisturbed. On the lawn were new snow figures, 4 this time. Their faces were eerily detailed, and their frozen eyes seemed to follow anyone who dared approach. The curse of the Winter's Keeper had claimed more victims, and the legend of the snow figures grew. Now, when the first snowstorm of the year blankets Clearwater, the locals warn their children. Never build a snowman. Some things are better left buried in the frost.